Hey, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all, let me tell y'all. Next week is my kids' school week. And shout out to like my aunt. She took my daughter, she took her. It wasn't really school shopping, it was like uniforms. Um, Shout out to her. My mom, she took my son school shopping, you know. They went out. I think she still gotta do some stuff, and then I probably just um the other two have uniforms, and the other one I'm gonna have to shop, for a season. So that is like okay. I want him to go to uniforms. Like yeah, he's going to uniforms. Like I was trying to get him to the school where the uniforms is, because uniforms I feel like they're so much less hassle. And like I love it for my kids when they're in uniform school. It's nothing, they don't have to feel peer pressure. And I always believe, hygiene is the key for good students, good grades. It's when they don't have it, and you can't provide for them. That means like washing their clothes frequently, um, just grooming them, like making sure their hair washed, comb, stuff like that will encourage kids to have a better self esteem about themselves, hands down. So it is what it is. I always see these first weeks of school, people be like putting like, oh, can you let me put lotion on your face? And then you look at that same child, you go to that school and you look at that same child and you be like, this is not the same mama that put lotion all over your face. Now you got crust from yesterday. Okay, you still got the same crust from yesterday. Okay, but you just got to be an active parent all the way around. So shout out to active parents on that Thursday and you're not feeling it, and you still making sure your baby brush your teeth, wash their face, their hair is combed, or even if it's done once a week and you just got to slick it back. That keeps them alert. But not many parents know that on this fucking social media. Definitely show mommy Chrissy. She don't know that. Jazz, they don't know that. They don't care. They do the motions for the first week, and then those kids are on their own. We see that. And the worst part about it is they got bigger fish to fry. They don't even have their stuff organized. They've been on this app for 10 plus years. I'm going to give it dumb young mama years, trying to find love, chase after love, buy love, create love. I'm going to give you 5 years. But those other 5 years, you have nothing to show for it. Chrissy has nothing to show for it. You want to sit here and look at Olivia and say, well, that's some only time she can get some content. Everybody don't have bad luck every day. Chrissy, you just say you was a senior mom. Where's the college tours at? Where is the sitting down with the volunteer work for school? Like, why are you not doing that with your daughter? Why are you not doing what I like to call sit downs and just try to get your daughter prepared for the real world? What happened to that? Like, that is content that you freaking need to make. Your daughter is about to go out, whatever, she's staying home, she's getting a job, or she's going away for college. Where is those videos? I'm not worried about a woman that lost her 3 kids, and she's trying to build her 3 kids up. I'm not worried about that woman. Where's the stuff for your children? I don't see your kids doing activities, Chrissy, for you to sit on this damn app talking about, well, by the time you get content, why your boys is not in some type of sport? And I'm not talking about that free a week karate class. I could see have you could put that camera to use and say, y'all, today is fend for yourself. The boys got karate. You don't have that content. You have that content once in a while when it's a free offer. You don't have that content forever. Your content is not consistent. Your kids eat good once a month. I say 1 week, once a month, with no food stamp pay. And then they're on their own. That's the reason why you was eating, you was scoffing down that sushi. Mm-hmm. Because you couldn't really show the world what your kids were freaking eating. And they wasn't eating, oh, they got pasta. We see your pasta. We also saw those ribs. You cut those ribs in half. And I'm like, yo, who eats? And they had little chunks of ribs. We see that you can't feed your kids. You got bigger fish to fry. You can't feed your kids more than 2 chunks of rib. You don't need to be on this damn app talking about nobody else situation. If it's fake or it's not, you have no business. Another thing is, if you got a man that got you out here asking for cash apps on your birthday, you don't got no man, girl. Stop lying. Y'all, I told you I have a 10-year itch. I was like, he's like, what you doing for your birthday? It might not be a lot, but it was enough for me to get what I needed to get when I wanted. And I didn't have to go on this damn app to say, here's y'all guys, here's my cash app. And he just my 10-year itch. You got a play husband over there. Play husband that probably got somebody else. That's the reason why you can't show him on the camera. The boys are with my husband. And it's embarrassing, y'all. Like low key. I would say it is embarrassing that your kids only go to an event when it's free. See, I would have never seen it if you never recycle your videos. Like you was talking about Olivia, that's the only time she gets content, but you gotta recycle your video. But you got a whole senior that you can make content with. Hey guys, these are the steps that your kids might need to take to get scholarships. One is volunteering. One is doing research, doing essays. Start working on scholarships. But you can't do that type of content because it doesn't consist of filters and makeup. I'd rather my daughter be in a better start in the real world and I got a camera that I can process that, I can push that along. Maybe have people look at her. Maybe say, hey, can my daughter do a tour of this college? And can we record it so I can put it on my YouTube? And then they most likely going to tell her to come to an open house. And then they're going to probably give her the works with free merchandise of the school. And that would encourage kids to say, yep, you know what? I'm going to go to college. But bum ass women like you and Jazz, y'all most likely will increase dummies to start a YouTube channel. And it's sad. Like you have a senior and you're not even using your platform to help her through. I would say that's the reason why I'm like, Pete, you a shitty ass parent. Because I think I will use my platform to get my son through. Because y'all forget scholarships is not just for sports kids anymore. Scholarships is for influencers, good grades, awesome. But you can't do that because you're so stuck in what looks nice and what looks good on YouTube. What kind of lingo I can say? It's crazy. But you got a senior. You got a senior. And you're not using content? Baby, you dumb as hell. And you think I'm gonna be sitting in anybody's car, my car, company's car, somebody else's car, talking about another woman, and I got a whole daughter that I can build content around, baby. Bye. All is well. You know, Chrissy, should I do this to you? I should, because you got time for it. King Mike, don't leave. I'm about to show you something. Let's share my screen, y'all. See, you more concerned about self that you don't even know how you actually look. You don't even like yourself. Let's just all say it. Let's all put this in the atmosphere, Chrissy. You don't even like yourself enough to go on live and be real with yourself.
Love was nearly lost until Pizza Hut showed up.
Go get her. Hi, I'm Peter.
Looks like a meatloaf.
All right, so we're going to turn this off and we're going to play it real quick. You see how her face is jumping? But look at this. I don't know if y'all can see it. Look at her neckline. This is a whole filter. And that filter had to work overtime for Chrissy. Y'all see these bags? She moves, you'll see it. Because these filters, they have to work overtime. Just so you can have lighter color eyes. You said it was contacts, but it wasn't contacts because your face jumped. And then she moved her hand. Where was it? Y'all see that? Y'all see her hands? You got heavy shit to worry about than Olivia. I'm done with Chrissy, okay? We know her filter. She had to turn off the camera. It wasn't her phone, it was the filter that wasn't filtering. All right? And Jazz, I don't even know why you even said anything. I will not be in no, I don't feel sorry for no woman that put me to jail. Now you put yourself to jail. I don't know anybody that damn delusional to keep saying somebody put you to jail. Because I think you on some type of order. You gotta do anger management, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. That person didn't put you to jail. She just was sitting still long enough to get you where you need to be at. That's like me going to the courthouse saying, this man, I have my whole legs open. I had the R. Kelly, we having the R. Kelly dialogue. Touch me, baby, give me what you got. We got that whole dialect going on in the bedroom. And then now I'm telling the court and the judge, hey, sir, he got me pregnant. He did it. He did it. I just laid there. No, we're both responsible for it. So when I go to court, because my baby daddy don't want to pay, guess what? Well, Your Honor, I know that this was a possibility I would have to take place of being a single mom. That is nobody's problem besides me. And I didn't use protection. Whatever the case was, that's my responsibility. Like I said, you got bigger fish to fry. Then you got on this damn app talking about somebody put you to jail. You got bigger fish to fry. One can start with probably sitting down and having a conversation with your damn kids. Your kids got to have a conversation with their parents to like try to get, talking clearly. That's where it actually starts. It's not speech per se. I think it's actually started at home. It's like, for example, if I'm talking with my son, he's more able to understand than if I'm talking. I'm just talking, you know? They don't know the difference. And I'm sorry to say, your older two kids should not be talking the way they talking. Because you talk at them but not to them. And you probably need to sit down and talk to them. Because it's a shame that your kids have better relationships with the father's girlfriend than they have with you. You don't think it's strange that your toddler feels like he's more welcoming and wanted over there than just to use the bathroom? And he don't want to use the bathroom, right? Did you hear what your son said when he got in the car? Mommy, I'm hungry. Because he probably went over there and smelled food. Because kids, they have a funny way of just trying to see what's going on, right? So he went in there, and this is the video that Jazz had posted, that she was outside and Stinkerbugs needed to use the bathroom. She asked one of the older daughters, hey, did you use the bathroom? They said no. And then they was leaving. He's like, Mommy, I'm hungry. Your kids should not be saying that, Jazz. Like I said, you have 5 years, you have nothing to show for it. 5 years, you have nothing to show for it. Your son is nearly about to be 5 years old, and he still got the same behavior as those other 4 kids you had. I'm hungry. And don't get on here and talk about kids. They just like to eat and they will say that. No, kids actually mean it. Y'all, I'm being honest with you. My son never said he was hungry. My toddler, when he rubs his belly, because he don't talk, y'all. When he rubs his belly, he's hungry. But he just don't do it just for kicks and giggles. He's actually hungry. Y'all got bigger fish to fry. Jazz, you don't even know how to grocery shop. For that make at least last for about 2 weeks strong. You don't even know how to grocery shop. You don't even know how to stock. You don't even know how to do none of that. I just think it's hilarious to see you have time in a day to talk about another person. I most likely will start making, I don't know. I think I will have made, I have two girls and I'm assuming that Caitlin has a locker, I would have made her a locker box or a locker um gift box or something with some little girl stuff. I can show you how to make one. I probably do one real quick for you so you can see. You can make your daughter a locker box. Because most kids at a certain age, I think she's a 7, she will most likely have a locker. But Jazz is too worried and invested in taking care of Olivia's kids over there than anything. And you know the proudness that you had in your tone. Well, most of us, we had CPS coming knocking at our door. Excuse me? That's a good thing. Most of that conversation should have said, well, most of us don't have CPS knocking at our door because we don't. That shit is kicks and giggles to you and Chrissy. Who wants that? And I low key think Peach over there making fun of y'all. How much is so much inconvenience out of your everyday life. I don't know if y'all. That's how you know people don't have much going on for their life. If they say shit like CPS came to my house, you don't have a lot going for yourself, do you? Who waits, y'all? That's the reason I couldn't be on welfare because you have to wait for your caseworker. I have a friend that is 40 some years old. She got kids, and she still has to wait for her caseworker so she can come to do a house visit. Got me upped up. Caseworker said, "Hey, I'll be there about from 3 to 6." Excuse me? No, ma'am. You ain't holding me hostage. Not even a damn cable man holds me hostage that way. Y'all know back in the day, you would have a house service from a certain time. No, ma'am, you want to get an hour lapse. That's it. In real life, you're not taking up my time. Y'all can't even wait for my money. I know I get paid Friday. I expected to get paid Friday. Some of these people, they forget, or for some odd reason the system is down for the EBT, they're screwed. They don't even check. They just know that the money is there and they're going to go and swipe it. Not me. We check our bank account, right? Like, yeah, this check going to be here. Yeah. Not Jazz and Chrissy. If YouTube is down, baby, they're on social media like crazy. Y'all remember YouTube was down, right? And Jazz was with Chris. And Chris was like, "Did you get the money yet?" Baby, like I said, you got bigger fish to fry. If YouTube decide not to pay y'all, what your next step is? You don't have one. So y'all best bet is attend to yourselves and y'all goodwill shopping spree. That's your best bet. It's hard out here. Y'all been on this app for 10 years and y'all still saying how hard it is. I think it gets easier, y'all. And a lot of people don't really talk about this. It gets easier when you know what takes place. Like Christmas shopping and Christmas gifts gets easier for me. 3 gifts a year for each child. Now my youngest child, he gets 3 gifts. That's it. He don't get crap loads of gifts. He gets 3 gifts. 3 gifts. School. Do I My kids, like I said, gets older. They don't need wipes. They don't need napkins. They don't need all that. They're that age now. If you want to walk around with a snotty nose, just be dirty and nasty, you on your own, boo boo. But here's what we have. All right, easy. Now I have a younger kid, so his stuff is going to be a little bit like okay, but I know what I know. I know every year they're going to give us a list of what the kids need, and hey, just go ahead and grab it. And what's the worst case scenario is you can't afford it. Your teacher going to say, well, just say, hey, I can't afford this right now, but during the year, can I supply? And that teacher might say, I understand. And before you know it, sometimes like what's her name, Teresa plus five. We'll talk about her one day, but not today. Teresa plus five. She goes around, and this is what she does, y'all. She goes around acting super poor so she can get certain benefits. Y'all, when I tell you Teresa plus four is not a stranger of using the heck out of her being poor. Baby, she is not afraid of it. I don't even think this woman buy Christmas gifts because all she has to do is be super poor to one of those kids' students, and those teachers gonna put her ass on the angel tree. Y'all don't believe me? I see them all the time. They go to angel tree events, sign their name on the list, and their kids get buku Christmas. Real talk. Y'all can't tell me. Y'all, they've been on this damn app for 10 years and they have nothing to show for it. Not decent content, not a stable life. And when I mean a stable life, y'all, Chrissy's not stable. Jazz is not stable. I'm sorry, when your lights and your water gets cut off, you're not stable. You still in that house because of what you got over your landlord, even if that is the case. But y'all, I don't know if y'all noticed, Chrissy always gotta handle business with her hubby. Yeah, I'm curious, what kind of business y'all got? Cause he's a doctor, right? He's in the medical field. What kind of business y'all got? He got a practice and you're a partner? I'm just curious. Just curious. I can't. He must got a practice and Chrissy is like a share a shareholder or something. That's the only reason why you have business with a man during the daytime and you don't have a job. Y'all need to make loans. That's what y'all doing. Y'all doing loans. I'm just curious. Yeah. I ain't no hater. There's nothing to hate on. I think I have my real life. If I turn the camera off, I have a lot to show for it. It might not be what you think is a lot, but it's consistency. Yeah, I got consistency. Yeah. I've been at the job for longer than 2 weeks. I save. I have my credit score is up there. Yeah, do I have hiccups and life hurdles? Yes. Who doesn't? It's how you bounce back. I got a family that I have a village. I think my village is more, it's more such a blessing because I don't abuse them. Can you imagine you buying yourself a cake for your birthday and your kids had to do Salvation Army clothes? Goodwill closed. They had to do back to school. Let's go around here. Let's go here. That's y'all life now. That became the new life. Struggling. Now I see why you so selfish. I'm like, who would dye their daughter's hair, bleach, whatever blonde that is? That is her prime. Did y'all know that they said this generation don't know how to dress accordingly to the occasion? Can y'all believe that? And then there's a video actually showing, people that can't dress. They wear see-through outfits to work. Their hair. They was like, I wonder why I don't get no. Wonder why I can't get a good job. Because your hair is a crazy color. Once upon a time, you might have streaks. Somebody might have depends on their job field, but you'll never see somebody in the nursing department with certain hair. I call long braids down your booty hole holiday. I call those vacation braids, right? That's the only time that it makes sense to have those braids. But if I go to a restaurant and I see a female with those braids, I'm going to walk away. Because why I say that is because I just think it's so nasty having those braids in the bathroom, knowing that you have to sit down on the toilet. Figure it out yourself, but I don't cross nothing through anybody. I don't believe people will take the time to move their hair over to use the bathroom. I just don't. And then I just see them swinging their hair. I'll walk away. Maybe on vacation, I don't care. You're not dealing with food. I just think it should have some decency and order. That's just me. But Chrissy over here she wants a mini me. Just like Nika and her daughter. She wanted a mini me. She wanted another mom for her kids. That's the reason why it was so easy for her not to do anything for her child. Her child to sit around and say, I want to better myself. I want to see something. Peach is the same way, y'all. She is. She's the same way. She don't want Gregory to leave. So she's going to say, hey, you can make money here. But be honest with you, y'all, I don't think I want to hear from a person. I don't even want to hear from a kid, but let alone, I don't think I want to hear from somebody that's an offspring from Peach McIntyre, no matter what age she is. Sorry. Because you be honest with you, you should have him being more like his father. You should have him recording, washing cars, um, buying stuff. When he got his YouTube, start him a vending machine. She should have did something like that for her son. But no, because that means that he will progress and start thinking for himself. But if I keep him right here on this YouTube, he's gonna think just this, and that's that. Jazz over there, you can't even understand a freaking paraphrase from their kids. They paraphrase, and you know what? They just and that's normal talk there. Because Jazz refuses to sit down and have a conversation with her kids. She just talk at them. That's it. And y'all, when y'all think that Olivia is not waiting for the day that they F up. And let's see if they cry. Baby, they don't be crying like nobody's business. Let Chrissy over there get evicted. And Olivia say something. Y'all gonna think she the worst person ever. Let Jazz be without something, crying that the food stamps is gone. She says something. Y'all think she's the worst person ever. I don't rock with Olivia because I don't listen to liars. But y'all can't say anything when the tables turn for Olivia and these two. Because I'm sorry, you can't get your lick back, Chrissy, when she told the world that you had House of Virginia. Janice, you can't get your lick back when we all know something was fishy about Chris in the first place. This is not the time to get your lick back. Because you know it, we know it, that something wasn't right with Chris. A grown man is, willing to come and live with you. That's not right. And with your kids. That's worse than Sky over there just bringing a random while her kids are homeless. Don't you can't get your lick back. Chrissy, we all see every year you're coughing, you have that dry cough. We see it every year. We see it. But y'all, let me go. Y'all, I don't know if y'all noticed. I'm about to go back and do Shan Carter. Sure, what's her name? Shean. She's been funny. She's been pulling those videos, and she's getting worse and worse and worse. So if I see it, y'all gonna see it. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.